Then we had 2 weeks of negotiation and stories, and a lot of stories in and around that we're going to put this to bed with telly movies, with whatever. It was like losing a lover. Your girlfriend's left you, yet she comes back every night, knocks on the door and says, "Lovey, I just want to spend the night with you." She gets up in the morning and goes, "You know, I was right all the time, I'm going." But she kept on coming back and knocking on the door for 2 weeks, so you couldn't even begin to grieve.
There's no Farscape Season 5, as much as that breaks mine and everyone else's heart. So my aspirations for Farscape are that if it rates really well over this last half of the season, or it probably won't be over by the time these DVDs come out, but if it, hope it gathers enough groundswell for the fan base to become so large that people can't ignore it, and that we move into features. Farscape is such a beautiful canvas. One of the real achievements of Farscape, as opposed to other genre shows, and I think this is where the show has really excelled, is that it creates a world. I mean, there is a whole world there for Farscape, and it can move in so many different directions. And that's an incredible accomplishment. And so that really lends itself to cinema. I mean, that show can easily transfer to that medium. So in my perfect world, I would love to bring these characters back. I'd love to see these characters interact again. I'd love to see them interact in that medium on the big screen, because I think we could just tell some incredible stories, and then everyone wins. Everyone wins.
My costume and boots are in storage. I wanted my boots. There's 2 sets of boots. And I've always been told the boots are yours, Wayne. You know, when you finish, the boots are in storage. I can't have them. They're in storage for 2 years before they will give me my boots. So obviously there's 2 years. There's a window of opportunity for this to be put to bed, and put to bed in the right way.
I help with the advertising and marketing for the SaveFarscape.com group. I was in on the chat room when David Kemper and Ben Browder and Ricky Manning were on, and I just kind of sat in stunned silence for a few minutes, and there was not much to say. It was I had a bad week already, and just kind of icing on the cake that week, and I was shocked. A lot of people come forward and want to help and do what they can. It's difficult in that we're spread out all over the place, but it's an advantage as well, because then people all over can hit all different places that one person couldn't otherwise. The movement itself is like a freight train, completely out of control some days, but definitely on the right track.
What really impressed me was just the level of organisation behind how these people were going to save the show. Already there was funds set up and websites, and really fantastically detailed. This is how you should protest. This is how you shouldn't protest. This is what we should be doing to these people. This is what we shouldn't be doing. It was so well organised, and the advice was so well given from these people like Save Farscape and Save Farscape Central, and all these people were doing such a terrific job to get the message out and to get a good message out.
There's a lot going on all at once, and it's hard to really pinpoint one thing. Commercial obviously is a big thing. We're going to be doing press kits that are going to go out to major media. We've got a lot of professionals in the business who have come on board to help us, and we've been lucky that we've got some great graphic designers and good writers, and we're definitely doing more of a professional campaign than probably most groups are able to do.
The Save Farscape movement, incredible. Within 2 weeks there was a piece in the Daily Telegraph at home. It would have cost them a lot of money. I gather they printed the same piece around the world in different publications, thanking the cast and crew. It was one of the most potent things for our crew to get. They don't get it. Our show's hardly on at home. They don't share in these events that we do, the sci-fi events. They got it.
We don't know for sure what's going to happen with Farscape. I think we're still hoping for a movie, but I don't even know what our chances are of that. But to know, when I came back from my snowboarding trip, that we'd made it onto CNN on 2 consecutive nights, and then another night the following week, and that it was the fans who'd achieved that. Not our publicity departments, try as they had. It was the power of the group, of the mass of people that are out there watching the show. They found their voice in a way that they hadn't had to previously, and I'm so sad for them. that we can't continue to make something that they love so much.
Those people, those people are so committed. They're not going to lay down, and it just gives you such a sense of, the job's well beyond just an acting job. You're responsible for people's happiness and the joy that we've brought to people's lives. Really got it this time. I get it when I stand out there on a stage, but I got it. It's powerful, and they're not going to lay down. They won't be happy until we put this to bed.
If the perfect world could happen, we would be there and we would be shooting again, and that would be fantastic and make the fans happy and make us happy. But I think all we can hope for now is a movie or a four-parter or like a mini-series or something, if we're really honest with ourselves, because that's the way life is.
I just want to see the show end in the way that the creators wanted it to end. I don't like being left with a cliffhanger, and I just want to see what happens to John Crichton and everybody else. So I don't care how long it takes, I just want to see the end of the show.
Farscape has meant to me family more than anything, and has been reinforced by going to conventions and meeting people who have a mutual love of the show and an enthusiasm for us as well as performers.
Never had a job like that before. Don't think anyone had. That's why it was so upsetting. One of the reasons why it was so upsetting. We had a great work environment, and it's up to us now to take that into the future wherever we work. And our directors at home, they know what they had, and again, I know they walk away with a legacy.
I miss the cast, and I miss, because it really is like a huge family. But hopefully we'll see what happens.
It's 4.5 years with these people doing, for me, 12 to 16-hour days, 5 days a week. It's just an incredible amount of time to spend with people, so they become such integral parts of your life.
Never experienced anything like it before. Everyone, when you walk away from a job, there's an element of adjustment. This was a family, and it hurt. It hurt.
It's like we all know we're going to die someday, and you'd rather not face that reality. And now that it's happened, I just kind of think, well, it was going to happen someday. It didn't happen on our terms, but not many things do in life, and we should be so proud, because 5% of all TV shows make it to a 4th season. So I think we did remarkably well, all things considered.